class 10. Okay. Now we will create new class to write a new program. New class. Give the name of class. I'm taking maximum After writing the name, click on OK. Now double click on this. Okay, now select all the previous code and delete it. After that, start writing your program. Okay. Now the program is, children, we will be doing the question number 1 of unsolved problems from the chapter methods or functions. Okay. And that is, I'm writing as comment over here. Design a function int max. It's a function, so parenthesis should be there. To accept the two integers arguments, to accept the two integer arguments and return the largest integer. Okay. Now I will be writing the code. So the question is, design a function int max to accept two integer arguments and return the largest number. You have to make a program. In that, class name is not given. You can take any class name by yourself. Then you have to make a function with the name max. Okay, that will be receiving two integer arguments and returning the largest among the two. Now class maximum, I'm taking class name maximum, then writing the function public static void main. String args. Okay. Throws IO exception. Fine. We need to import the package also. Import java.io.string followed by semicolon. Fine. Now in the function, press enter. Scanner. The object name I am taking sc equals to new is the keyword in small letters. Then again scanner. This is the object creation of a scanner class. System.in. Fine. Semicolon. Now we will be asking two integers. Okay, from the user we will be taking values. System.out.println. Okay, so the message will be enter first number. Okay, after reading this, the user will enter something, any number. You will read that number and store that within a variable. Suppose I am taking integer n1 to store first number equals to sc dot next int. Okay, then again for taking the second input we need the same statements. So I'm just copying the both the statements and I have pasted. Okay, but I have to make some changes. I have copied the, so it should be enter second number and we will store that in separate variable, suppose in n2. Okay, so we have taken. Now we have the values in n1 and n2 in main. Okay, we have to pass these values to function max. So we will call the function max by function calling statement. So how we call a function? By its name. So max, in question M is capital in the name of function, so I am also taking capital M, max. Then we need to pass these numbers n1 comma n2. Okay, we have two numbers, we are giving those numbers to max. We are passing those numbers, the values of those numbers, to max function through function call statement. And what we have to do? See in the question, two integer arguments and return the largest integer. It means this function will take these two integers and it will return the result, whichever is maximum, greatest, largest. Okay, so we need to store that within a variable. Whatever the max will return, we will store that within int result, or you can take one more meaningful name, that is large, suppose. Okay, now we need to print system. After receiving that largest number, we will be printing, suppose we have received that result within large, then we need to print the system.out.println largest number is in which we are receiving the result, whichever is largest, in variable large. Okay, now close the function. Now write max function public static, this will not be void, this will be integer, as it is returning int as result, int max, and this one is receiving two variables. Suppose in int a will be receiving n1, and in int b we will be receiving n2. Now what we have to do, if a is greater than b, then what we have to store within variable max, or we can simply write return statement directly. Then we need to return a. If a is greater than, we will be returning a. Else, what we need to return? Else return. If a is not greater than b, it means b is greater. Okay, so otherwise return b. Now close the function and close the class too. Okay. Now in this we have two functions. This function is receiving two arguments from the user and passing those arguments n1 and n2 to the max function. Now come to, whenever this function will get executed, we will come to this function. This is receiving n1 within a and n2 within b, comparing. If a is greater than, then returning a, otherwise b. Now click on compile